Before watching the video, we recommend checking your Saju using a man's calendar Korean fortune chart and referring to it while you watch. If you have any difficulty using it, leave a comment and I'll help you. Hello, this is Geummun Myungri. Last time, we talked about the third star, Sa, and the seventh star, O. Today, we'll continue with the story of the eighth star, Me, followed by Shin and Yu. The sheep, the monkey, and the rooster each carry their own unique traits and have a profound influence on our lives. What messages might they have for us? Let's find out together. And don't forget your subscriptions. And likes are warm encouragements that help us along this journey. The eighth of the 12 stars is Me. Me represents the sheep and corresponds to the south-southwest direction. It symbolizes a small, dry piece of land. It is also known as Cheon-yeok-song, the heavenly travel star, and it represents the peak of the hot summer season. This period is like the thick, overgrown leaves of summer, a time when one may lose their sense of direction and make foolish choices. However, it is also a time marked by a strong desire for wealth and success, along with excellent adaptability. In particular, Me is sensitive to food and taste, and it tends to show a wandering, restless nature. This trait may lead to frequent job changes or a lack of consistency. However, in stable careers such as public service, Me has the potential to achieve lasting success over a long period of time. I will explain the characteristics according to the position of Me. Year Z. Me tends to be a self-made type with exceptional intelligence and sharp wit. Academic performance is often strong, though occasional disruptions or obstacles in the learning environment may arise. Month C. With a calculating nature, Me shows strong business talent. However, the outcomes of business ventures may sometimes fall short of expectations. Day Shi. Me is highly sociable and enjoys a busy, active lifestyle. However, this can lead to neglecting family life, which may cause difficulties in marital relationships. Hour Shi. Life can be unstable, and obstacles may arise frequently in work. Consistent self-discipline and careful management are essential. The ninth of the 12 stars is Shin. Shin represents the monkey and corresponds to the southwest direction. It symbolizes a large blade. It is also known as Cheon-yeok-song, the heavenly solitary star, carrying with it the energy of loneliness and isolation, just as its name suggests. However, this sense of loneliness leads to a highly prepared and cautious nature, giving Shin exceptional financial insight. It also shows a practical tendency to cut off unnecessary relationships and focus on what is truly beneficial. Shin is sensitive, but has a pure and sincere inner nature. Outwardly, it presents a calm and stable appearance. However, due to its deep sense of loneliness and isolation, Shin may face challenges in marital or personal relationships. Still, there is a strong potential to find balance through a spiritual life or by engaging in volunteer work. I will explain the characteristics according to the position of Shin. Year Z. Shin tends to have a gentle yet fragile disposition, which can make it difficult to maintain smooth relationships with others. Month C. Shin is strong and dependent, but deep down, it is pure-hearted and not calculating. There is a high potential for success in fields such as travel, transportation, or logistics. Day Shi. There may be challenges in relationships with a spouse, but Shin has strong potential for success in fields such as education, healthcare, and religion. On the surface, Shin may appear cheerful, but a lingering sense of inner loneliness often remains. Our Shi. Shin tends to have weaker fortune when it comes to relationships with parents and children, and there is a possibility of remarriage. By focusing on spiritual or religious activities, Shin can ease inner loneliness and even attain wealth. The 10th of the 12 starts is Yu. Yu represents the rooster and corresponds to the west direction. It symbolizes a small blade. It is also known as Cheon in song, the heavenly blade star, and carries a spirit of sacrifice and service. Yu has exceptional intuition and a sharp sixth sense. It tends to have a self-centered yet tidy and organized personality. With a gentle charisma and logical thinking, Yu also possesses both boldness and delicate sensitivity at the same time. However, Yu tends to have a weak constitution and should be cautious, as there is a possibility of accidents or surgeries. Career-wise, Yu can achieve stability and success in fields such as healthcare, the military or police force, clothing design, and the jewelry industry. I will explain the characteristics according to the position of Yu. Year Z. Yu has a strong sense of stubbornness, and there may be factors that interfere with both academics and health. Month C. Yu has a neat and straightforward personality, but it can also show a lack of patience and occasional bursts of aggression. Day Shi. There may be difficulties in the relationship with a spouse, but in certain professions such as healthcare, the military or police force, and clothing design, the marital relationship can improve. Depending on the situation, you may display strong stubbornness and charisma, and its characteristics can vary depending on other factors in the Saju. Our Shi. You may experience a lack of financial fortune and a deep sense of loneliness. Through religious activities or volunteer work, you can find inner peace and true happiness. Today, we explored the 8th star, Me, the 9th star, Shin, and the 10th star, Yu from the 12 stars. I hope that through understanding the symbols and characteristics of these stars, you have gained the wisdom to recognize your own position and role, embracing your strengths while learning how to overcome your weaknesses. In the next session, we'll cover the final part of the 12 stars, the 11th star, Sol, and the 12th star, He. If you have any questions or thoughts you'd like to share, feel free to leave a comment. Your feedback is a great source of support for Geummunsa. I look forward to seeing you again next time with even deeper insights. If you're interested in a talisman infused with a monk's 100-day prayer and an in-depth 4 pillars of